All right, well, as you can see, we're back in the truck shop. This is part 2 of our build. As you can tell, it's probably kind of loud because, you know, it's raining. And that's not ideal because it has exposed some leaks in my door. The top part of the door, you can see it's leaking through. I've got like 4 holes in the caulking, so I can't caulk it while it's wet, so I have to wait until the rain stops, either later today or tomorrow. Hopefully it's dry by then. I mean, I can come back at any point, but yeah, as you can see though, we're back. I did a little bit of work off camera, and that would be this beam here. You'll notice I got the beam up, and you'll probably notice a little other thing. So I'll run you through what happened. So part of my issue is I'm not like official contractor or carpenter or whatever. So whenever I build something project wise, you know, there is hiccups, and it happens to be my main thing is like I'll conceptualize the idea, I'll measure everything, but the mistake I make is I take the dimensions from the measured thing or the space or whatever, right, and I'll use those measurements to cut the wood exactly. So I cut it way too short, so that's where it was, and I was short like 5 inches, so I had to use what I had left from the first 2x6 cut as extensions. So those are 5 inches, and now the bed should fit perfectly in the frame because I had it a little too close. So this should work perfectly now, and I'm hoping I did this right. I'm going to double check my measurements again, because now I'm thinking that the lengthways is going to be a bit questionable, but I don't think so, because lengthway, actually no, it's not. What am I talking about? Because wall to wall the box was 92 inches, and the bed actually length is only like 72 inches. So I don't know why I was thinking about that. It was just the width that I had an issue with. So it should just fit in. And I was gonna put, because it's gonna be so short, I was gonna use some extra plywood on top of it to create like a little pocket for just, you know, maybe your phone or something, so that it's not in the way and you have a little alcove, I guess. But anyways, that's about it. I'm gonna continue because I need to get these holes piloted and then put the screws through, and I think I'm gonna be done here. I don't know, just because I need the rain to stop, and I really don't want these leaks to get any worse, because these ones, well, I've now got another set, and I may have to go grab some extra caulking because the one I had in here froze. The one that I brought from home, there's not very much. There's like this much left. It might be enough, but I don't know if I want to risk it. So I might just go grab a new thing of caulking and make sure that I can do it right on the outsides, because I know for a fact that those punctured holes on the outside of the box are definitely letting in a bit of water, like a tiny bit, if anything. So anyways, I'm gonna finish up these holes and I'm gonna get back to you when I'm done. I don't remember exactly what I did. I had to take a little intermission since I last started recording, but let's go do a quick overview. So we got our outside bit of the frame on. We extended the frame. Oh, I just kicked the shit out of my ladder. And as you can see, we got 2x6 joist hangers on the middle, because we needed a middle support for the frame. So this is going to be our middle support, and then we're going to obviously cut our 2x4s into sections that fit in here. And I think I'm going to do it staggered, just because I originally calculated enough 2x4 joist hangers for crossing only the full threshold and not 2 separate thresholds, so I'm gonna try and save where I can, and staggered should be just fine. So yeah, but as you can see, it is very secure. I've hung on this and it holds my weight just fine. It's not going to be just me on this bed, but once it is finished, I'll pretty much be able to lay on this bed and sit on it like without any worries, like on my own. But there's going to be 2 people on this bed, so it has to be as strong as possible. As you can see, I just put the insulation on top of here because it was kind of in the way, and I wanted to do the rest of this work with the door closed. So I just put this bin behind the plywood, and then once I'm done with the cross sections with the 2x4s and they're in there, I'm going to take this first sheet of plywood and just slide it up there. It's gonna be a little tight, but once it's up there, it should be fairly easy to maneuver, hopefully. All right, well, with that being said, I'm gonna get this 2x6 out of the way. This is, since I happen to have this as an extra, I'm gonna use it for the lip on the edge so that, you know, you don't just fall right off, and you can actually not worry about rolling off the bed in your sleep, because that wouldn't be ideal. Not at all. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so I want to apologize because I got a little caught up in my own work and did a little, not too much, but I did a lot of off-camera work. So basically, here we are. We've basically got half of what's left to finish on the bed frame here. As you can see, we got a piece of plywood up on there. Give you a little look-see. Look at that, half done, pretty much. You'll notice, obviously, it's much darker under here, so I'm gonna have to get some new lights, and we're gonna put lights under here. That way we obviously can see under here. And then, yeah. I found a better way to hook up my wires to my battery. I had to reroute this wire just because it was going through the frame, and yeah, that was not ideal. So we're gonna leave it here for today because I got a lot of that done. One thing I want to note is I did, well, I think I mentioned it, but I did staggered on my rungs, so it's like off kilter. They're a bit like differentiated, but it doesn't really matter. There's more than enough support, and I still have extra, you know, wood and joists just in case if I need to add more, but I don't think I will. So yeah, I'm hoping that'll be enough. It should be. Yeah, it's gonna be really high up. This is gonna be like as high to the ceiling as like one of my childhood beds. I had a really high loft bed as a kid, and I could touch the ceiling. That's how high it was. It was so bad. It was so high. I loved it. It was an amazing bed. I loved it. So tomorrow, the next time we come out, I'm gonna patch those holes, because I ended up noticing as it was really raining hard today, I had some gaps in my top door, and I also may take this chance while it is drying to do something else on that door. But I need to cover up the holes from the structural screws that are poking out of the sides as well tomorrow. And other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Then we just get the other piece of plywood up on there, make our little alcove over there for our bits and bobs, and then we should be good. Once that's secure, I might put some more screws down through here. I've only done like 3. I've done like 3 across each 2x6, but it should be enough. I'm not gonna overdo it because this is half inch plywood. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. As always, I appreciate you guys for hanging out. With that being said, I'm out of here. Till tomorrow. All right, as you can see, we are back in the truck shop, and it is the next day. So I've got our plywood marked up at 54 inches. we're gonna cut it here and we're gonna get it up there. Then once it's up there, I'm gonna hop up and we're gonna do some pilot screws. I do some pilot holes in the plywood just so it doesn't like totally split, because again it's only 1/2 inch, so we want to be careful there. And yeah, other than that, I was hoping to get the what's it called, fuse panel or like electrical panel done. So what after I'm done the bed and like the alcove area, I wanted to use some of the extra plywood to make the electrical panel, just because I have ordered some extra lights for under here, and I don't have the power station yet, but since we're running off of our extra batteries, I'm going to wire the battery up to the fuse panel so that it's basically just plug and play when I come in, so that we don't have any issues. But other than that, everything's good, and we're just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna try and do this as quick as I can. Here we go. All right, welcome back. Now, as you see, I'm only wearing one glove because, yeah, notice. Where's the mattress? It's up there. Let's go. The mattress is finally up there. It took a hot minute to get up there on my own, but I did it. I had to do some little jank and retrofitted with the alcove, but it's okay. I'm gonna leave it that way. I've got a 2x6 and then a bit of like plywood as the bottom end, but that's it. That's our alcove for devices, like if I want to put my phone down and charge, and that side is for shoes, so you can take your shoes off when you get up there or as you're getting up, and put them on there and then climb up. And yeah, again, this honestly is more than enough room to sleep. Like you might think, oh, why is it so high off the ground? Well, luckily for me, my truck shop is a high cube and not like a regular sized cube box truck, so yeah, I've got a lot more vertical space, so I figured I might, you know, make use of that, considering. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with, and this is it. this is the loft bed. I'm actually so pleased with it. I might see about washing the sheet because it's obviously a bit dirty, but that's a problem for a later time. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna probably get out of here. I need to do the fuse panel real quick. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, we got to do the fuse panel real quick, and then I'll get this all situated and I'm gonna head out. Appreciate you guys. All right, well, as you can see, we are done moving stuff around. As you can see, I put up one post just because, again, I wanted to start the railing, and this happened to be like the perfect height. So once that's once I cut the rest of these pretty much like this way and then up and that way, it'll be good, it'll be solid. And also, one thing I wanted to show you was the fuse panel. So I got the fuse panel wired up. As you can see, it's a very simple thing. The negative goes on the top and the positive goes on the bottom from the battery or whatever power source you're using, and then you just connect up whatever you know thing you're using, and that in my case is the lights. That's kind of the main thing at the moment. Tomorrow, next time we come out, it's going to be finishing the railing. It's going to be probably wiring up the USB ports for the alcove, and then getting the rest of these installation sheets in this slot, because mind you, I'm wearing a t-shirt right now. I took my sweater off because it was kind of hot, but I want to get the installation finished just so it's out of the way. So we're going to cut this like right here and then get this bit off so we can get all of them in fully. And yeah, it's gonna be good. I dread to think what I have to do again for these, because it was such a pain in the ass to get this mounted up at least straight for the holes on the tracks, but it's whatever. That's a problem for later me. Anyways, that's pretty much it for today. As always, I appreciate you guys for hanging out. You guys are amazing. And with that being said, I'm done.